Okay. We should be back with yet another live stream. We're gonna do slotted in Firefox today. I just need to go double check YouTube Studio. Make sure that we are actually live. We are live. Where do I go to the live manager thing? There's a live manager thing somewhere. Hey. All right. So what did we do? We built has slotted for Chromium. I've just been rebaselining because we had some test failures because I didn't attempt to. I don't know why I resized this weirdly. I didn't attempt to validate the tests. I just threw them up on here. And we got some failures. The failures were the slotted changing and some just different failures here as well. But I've rebaselined now. And so this has got some new it should be patch at 3. This has got some new test expectations, which change how, like, these ones were removed, and I think this one was changed and this one ended up changing, but yeah, this is good. So now it's time to implement in Firefox, but first we shall tweet. Get our old tweet. I need to share this video. How do I share this video? How do I share this video? YouTube, I guess. The live streams are always fun at the beginning, especially when you're disorganized like I am. Okay. To your channel. 5. Here we go. So we're gonna yeet a tweet. So here's the old one. Let's post a new one. Let's go around again. Implementing as slotted in Firefox. Done. And let's go on Masto and do the same thing. And Bisky.app. Bisky app. No, B. This Bisky. I can't even. There we go. Cool. Okay. What are we going to do? We're going to implement has slotted in Firefox. I'm going to sneeze, I think, before we do that. Nope, Chris is averted. No sneezing today. For the benefit of new folks, I am coming down with the jams. So apologies. You have to hear my grossness. But you know, what are you gonna do? Okay, right, well, let's actually start implementing. So the... Ooh, I just got an invite for some chicken curry, so maybe I'll just say yes to that. And right, so we're going to implement Firefox, Mozilla Unified. Here we go. So, whoops, can't type today. Okay, here's a debug build of Firefox. We're going to turn this into one that supports has slotted. So the pseudo selectors in Firefox, they are handled slightly differently because Firefox, the CSS engine in Firefox is built in a different language called Rust. So I can't remember exactly where they all are, but I think if we search for popover open, might look at this, but here is what we're interested in. Select a parser in Gecko. Let me zoom in. You can see, so the select a parser Rust file, select a parser Rust. Yeah, there's several. So the way this works in Rust is well, so Stylo, which is the CSS engine that is used for both Servo and Firefox, implements something called the selector trait. And so there's a bunch of what are called non-tree structural pseudo classes. And so we want to go here. We want to find where the non-tree structural pseudo class is. And it's this macro rules pseudo class name, which is, there's an apply non-ts list macro. I forget where this is. Apply non-ts list. Yeah, this is the one we want. So this is in style gecko non-ts. Style gecko non-ts. Oops. Gosh, wrong file. Non-ts. This is the file. So this is all the non-tree structural pseudos. Yeah, so we want to add our has slotted to this. I guess this is in order. It's kind of weird. It's not in order, but it's kind of in order because there's any link and visited. But yeah, anyways, we'll add ours in this order. So has slotted, which is going to be has slotted underscore. Don't know what any of those are, but if we actually, I'll set a different pane. If we run Mac build, it'll tell us where we went wrong. It'll say that none of these things exist, or none of these things exist specifically. Yeah, so there's the element state. Consider using one of the following associated functions. Right, so this has slotted needs to be part of element state. And so if we go to element state.rust, is it this one? It's this that I want, but LSP is not working, which is annoying. Element state is in, well, you know, if we just look here, Cool. Element state. DOM element state. Where is it actually defined? This is not helpful at all. And it's not generated. I'm sure it's not generated. Maybe it is generated. I mean, it says generated, so. Mozilla DOM Rust types H. Okay. Rust types H. No, these are all the object alts. Oh, it just says don't include that, right? Yeah, sure, fine. Element state. I'm sure there's a Rust file for element state. Maybe it's an H file. Let's search for this. Element wrappers RS. Element wrappers RS. It's not here, but where is this? If we read through this error, maybe it'll be more helpful. It did say something. If you're trying to build a new DOM element state, consider one of the following. I am not. Has slotted on TS. Doesn't give much support here either. I can't remember where these are defined and it's annoying me. All supported non-structural gecko type state flags. Let's search for the substring popover open. Where does that come from? So there's this libris. Is this where element state is? This is where element state is. I knew it was somewhere. DOM base rust lib rust. I knew it wasn't auto-generated. So this is the set of bit flags that represents an element's state in terms of the pseudo classes it has. And so we can just chuck ours at the end here, I think. We want it probably down here. We want to probably link to it. So CSS has slotted. Yeah, this is the right one. So we're going to add the has slotted match elements. Assigned slot assignments. Match whether a slot element has assigned nodes. Yeah, there we go. Right, we're going to shift that up one. So this is the 48th bit of this U64. And of course this is going to be called has slotted, not popover open. Right, so if we try building again, we'll probably get the next error. Actually, things are looking good so far. There's definitely more to do, obviously, but I wouldn't be too shocked if this actually compiles, because I think there's some catch-all clauses like this, which stop us from getting compile errors when we're not using the pseudo classes. So we know we're going to add one here. So we can just say this is has slotted. We're going to make a has slot. Here we go. So we've got one error in style gecko non-ts pseudo class list, which I think is this file anyway, right? No. Style gecko wrapper rust also has. Come on. Actually, find the thing. There we go. 2031. Yeah. Cool. So this is yeah. So if we're doing something funky, then we should be down here, adding some additional logic. But I think what we can do, we can stick ours in this long list, which just says it's true if it intersects this pseudo class state flag. So a bunch of these are just pseudo class. They're like stateful pseudo classes, and they turn off and on depending on whether or not, like, the state of the element. I think that's what we want to do, because these are just more like, these are funky stuff. Like they apply additional heuristics. Some of these are functional pseudo selectors, so they have arguments that need to be passed. But yeah, this one isn't. So what we can do is just find a decent place to put this, which maybe is, I don't know, just here. It's fine. Has slotted. So that will compile. And then yeah, here's the match non-tree structural pseudo class. I think this actually, we probably don't need this, because this does the state flag here. So I think this will be fine without any changes to this file. Yeah, so we just need to then set this flag whenever the class is applied, which is easy enough to do. So this becomes, rather than like in Chrome, we kind of flipped it around, right? In Chrome, the pseudo selector role checks the element state, whereas in Firefox, the rules, they kind of check this generic bit flag set, and that's the important bit to all of this. So if we have a look at something like placeholder shown, might be a good one to look at, just because it's a fairly unique string. If we look at placeholder shown, we can probably see. So here's the definition of placeholder shown. But then there will also be, right, so here in HTML input element, this is update placeholder shown state. This will just set the flag. This, there you go, set states element state placeholder shown, and then it just determines the logic for this placeholder shown stuff. So it just says, like, if the input value is empty and it has a placeholder attribute, then it should show placeholder shown. So we want to do something like this, but we want to do it inside of the slot element. And my fuzzy finder is going to kick in eventually. HTML slot element. We probably want to look for this, like, did slot change or slot change. Include in queue slot change event. I think in queue slot change event is probably the one. Yeah. Yeah, I think we could probably do it here. Otherwise there's a signal slot change, but that happens in the document, so maybe that's the wrong place. The question is, if we do remove assigned node, does that call signal? Does that call... it doesn't look like it calls that same one. Well, unless slot assigned node removed. Weird. Where is that then? Let's go HTML slot element here. What we're looking for, slot assigned node added. Set slot state changed. This is probably a good one to go into. Yeah, I think. Well, this is directionality utils though. It's not the best to like stuff that in there. This is still directionality utils. This is maybe a good place to think about adding the states though. Wherever slot removed and added are, which is just these three places, I think we can look at setting the element state. And so if we go back to placeholder shown, we had this update placeholder shown state. I forget the function name that was being called is the thing. Set states. So I think we could call set states element state has slotted and maybe m assigned nodes. Let's go look for this. So before we step too far, let's go have a look at the function signature for set states. So set states says boolean of whether or not the state is set and whether or not to notify. And I think notify we can just avoid adding because it is already true. I don't know why we wouldn't notify. So I think we'll avoid adding it. So we just need to get the length of the assigned nodes. And so the assigned nodes, this comes from append assigned node. M assigned nodes is a NST array. An NST array has presumably a size or a length function. Size, length, it has an M length. Length. So we want to say set states has slotted M assigned nodes. Well, here we know we're appending a node, so we can just set it to true, I guess. And we're inserting one here, so we can set it to true. And then we're removing one here. But we might not remove all assigned nodes. And so here I think we want to say massigned nodes dot length greater than 0. And if we do a little build now, I think this might be enough. No has slotted in element state. Okay. It's called set states. Set states. Element state. Huh. Did we not? Where was this generated? This is our element state thing. Oh, there's like some glue. There's some kind of glue code between the two. So element states. There's more places that this is defined between Stylo and Gecko, I think. And I don't know where. It has slotted, right? We put it in DOM base rust lib. We did has slotted with the caps. I don't know if that gets converted down to the right case. I'm sure. I think there's another like enum element state. Is it enum class? I forget the C. Where is element state coming from? It's claiming it's just this, but it's not, right? We know. Unless I use the uppercase version. Maybe I just need to use the uppercase version. What was it? It was placeholder shown. Did that use the uppercase version? Update placeholder shown state. Ah, that used the uppercase. Ah, so I'm being dumb. I just need to this should just be has slotted. There we go. Yeah. We're gonna need to copy over the Chromium source or the web platform tests, CSS scoping as slotted. Just copy them all to testing web platform HTML. No, tests CSS scoping. Let's just double check, see what we've got. We have all of them added in. Cool. So that built successfully as well. So if we run Mac WPT log report tests CSS scoping, has slotted, I think should work. We'll find out. Critical. What's critical? We're running... Yeah, we're running. We're still running the server on here, so we need to get rid of this. Let's just get rid of this whole shell. Let's rerun. Critical still. Have I got VS Code open? Yep. That'll be a 1. Okay, cool. We're getting some passes. This is good news. We're getting some failures as well. Less good news. So we had some unexpected passes. Oh, these failures are just changing bits and pieces. That's fine. But the unexpected passes are good. So if we do a WPT Mac, was it WPT report? Yeah, there we go. So with Firefox, you run the tests that you want to run, and you generate a report JSON, and then you call update report, and what it should give you is it should reset all the expectations. And so we've got these new, so this has been removed, as has this, as have these, which is great to see. I think this is looking pretty good. But of course, we should probably visually confirm this. So let's do Mac run. Let's do Mac run. And let's actually fire up the web platform tests. WPT serve. So that was showing us the tests are passing, but it's always very useful to see them actually passing visually in the browser. So let's do that. So CSS scoping has slotted green, 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 changing, pass. Ah, yes, see? Manually assigning a text node. Right, I missed that earlier, but this one is failing. So we're going to need to focus on this one now. So, manually assigning a text node is green, emptying the assignment is blue. Huh. So, guess... Let's go have a look here. Clear assigned nodes. We should definitely be doing something in clear assigned nodes. So this should be false. And let's run the build for that. Build. So in many ways, this has been way simpler in Firefox. We have done this in start to finish 34 minutes. And we're most of the way there, I think. I think this should fix the failure that we saw? Have a look. Yeah. So yeah, this was way more productive. Chrome took me 4 hours all in, I think, but I wasn't particularly healthy yesterday. Not much better today. But this is a sea of green in 34 minutes all in. So let's just have a look at what we've done. Do you know what? Let's do commits v. Nope, commits interactive. That's what I meant. So we've added the has slotted state. This is a bit flag in the elements state. In the slot element, we've just set the state based on whenever we alter the assigned nodes. In the cases where we know it's true, we've set it to true. On remove, we don't know if it's removed the last node, so we have to check, which is a cheap check. And then on clear, we can set it to false. We added the has slotted into this macro. Added the has slotted enum here. And we've updated a bunch of the test expectations just because they're a little bit out of date, but that's fine. This looks good. So we go to Bugzilla, my dashboard, implement has slotted sudo. So this is this. So the format I think is bug. Bug. I can't remember the commit format that they ask for. Yeah, bug, and then that, and then implement has slotted sudo, and I will ask Emilio, I think. Yeah, I think I'll ask Emilio for a review. Is that the correct? I think that's fine. I think that's the correct format, and I'll add the. We're gonna Mars Fab submit. Ooh. What? Externally managed environment. Avoid setup py Python packages. Non-arc. Leave. If in doubt, run it twice. Yep. I don't know what I did before. Did I do // Nope, I did mosfab submit. Unable to submit for uncommitted changes. Shelve. So if I did this in 34 minutes, I reckon Emilio could have done that in like 10 minutes because he's much more familiar with the files. Probably even less time, you know. Yeah, that was a really a slam dunk. Ah, what? Did I not do shelve? Oh, I need to add remove testing. This is too many test files to add. But I just want to add the removals. Unadd testing or platform tests tests CSS scoping slotted functional. Unadd, you don't add revert. Ah, mercurial. You're killing me. Why did it not? Why is it trying to add these still? Oh, the meta. These are the test expectations. We just want to get rid of those. We don't care about the functional stuff for now. This looks fine. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. WebKit is fairly the same as Chrome. WebKit is a little bit different, but it's pretty similar to Chrome. The big difference with WebKit is it's all of the CSS selectors are done in a JSON file, and so you just update a JSON file. So let's compare Chrome. Hello. There we go. Cool. So let's compare Chrome and Firefox. So this was, let me embiggen this window. So this is Chrome, and the main way to define the selector is this defines string mapping, I think. Oh no, that's just for the inspector. Oh, is it this one? No. Where even is it? It is this one. This is the way you define it in Chrome. And then to define it in Gecko is this, or Stylo is this. And then the implementation in Chrome is here, which, as you can see, calls this method, has assigned nodes, no recalc, and then we manually do invalidation in several places, right? We do... where is all the invalidation gone? Do I need to refresh? Is this using... This is the updated patch set. Here, pseudo state changed. So, well, so it's one line. Whereas in Gecko, there's no check because it's just a bit flag. And so we just flip the bit, right? And that's the invalidation handled in one case, because whenever set states gets called, it'll notify the presentation shell to be like, set states has changed, you might want to reconcile that, and it can look at each of the bits and say, this bit has changed. So it's pretty simple in Firefox. It's like, yeah, 5, 6, 7 logical lines of code. WebKit, I guess let's go find out. Let's implement it in WebKit now. So one of the problems with WebKit that I have is they recently changed to use we want upstream main. They recently changed WebKit to use something called libspiel origin. Yeah, cool. Which has broken my builds. So if I do tools scripts build WebKit, I get this. Is it going to do it? Is it going to fix it now? We'll find out. Yes, libspiel is needed for speech synthesis. I don't know what to do with that. So I tried. Nope. Okay. I tried building libspiel. What else did I do? I tried disabling speech synthesis because it's in this options GTK. Whoops. Yeah, so I tried setting this to off. This change was about 2 weeks ago that this happened. And I haven't been able to build on Linux. And I had a look at this, yeah, this Thunder library as well. Genuinely don't know what these things are. Like, is it any of this? I have no idea. So what was the... God, there's so many. Thunder library. So if we go to WebKit, look for Thunder library. You get blame. It's a GStreamer thing, I guess. Yeah, I just have no idea how to resolve these things. It's very frustrating. This doesn't really make sense to me. Excuse me, sorry. This is hilarious. This is stuff I love. Browsers are wonderful. Cool. So yeah, there's this thing that they need for Netflix, and it has broken the build in, at least for me, RDK's Thunder framework. Which I guess is this. Documentation. I don't really care about it. I just want to, like... Do I need to install it to... RDK Thunder. Arch Linux. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. All I know is that the GTK build now fails because of libspiel and Thunder. If I try and build for WPE, I think I get the same issue. Yeah. So we can try WPE, speech, set this to off. I bet we'll get the same problem with this libthunder stuff. Yep. So Under. What if I just set this to off? As I say, 2 weeks ago, I was building WebKit fine on this exact machine without any changes. But there's a bunch of stuff that's changed, I guess. Maybe I'll go through the README. It still builds fine on my Mac, so I can always build it on my Mac, I guess, but... this is interesting. Why does my clipboard always break? See if this does what this does. I presume this is going to say the same problem. Yeah. Maybe this would be the magic. Tools, scripts, or tools, GTK, install dependencies. Is this actually going to work? No. Did this even try and install Thunder? Yeah, that didn't work. Maybe I'll run this. What's this? Tools, scripts, update, GTK. Nothing to do. Well, this looks somewhat promising, but I'm also a bit skeptical still. Maybe this will work. Maybe it won't. We'll find out, I guess. Yeah, it's the same for WPE as well. I guess reading the README is maybe useful, but as I say, this was working a little while ago, so I don't know what these substantial changes. I don't know why these substantial changes were necessary, but hey, we all go update our dependencies sometime, I guess. I think this is going to be the most of the rest of the stream is watching me re-establish my WebKit builds. But yeah, I think we're in a good place with the Firefox implementation. And I think we're in a pretty good place with the Chrome one. As long as the commentary settles down. I think there's some questions about the patch set, but I think we're in a good place. We should probably look at this flattened one. I'm not sure this is entirely why this is failing. Oh, also I forgot to rebaseline on Zilla. So if we run these tests again. We're getting critical because we got this running again. So yeah, I forgot to update the tests. We got this passing, but I forgot to update the tests, and so here we go. So now if we do the update report, we should have, yeah, this file removed now. So, and remove. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Was that just an error in the output? I think it was. Cool. Commit. Mercurial is so weird. Whoops. Mars, fab, submit. So that'll be that one. And then, what was the other ones? This flattened one has slotted, flattened HTML. Which one was it? This one? This looks reasonable. Why was it failing? Let's look closely at that then, I guess. So, oh, it was 2 that was failing. Slotted, flattened, 2. Yeah, this was the one that failed. So has slotted is red here. Yeah, this is an incorrect test, I believe, because for oh, hey calendar honk. So this expects the shadow root to be to have has slot to not have has slotted, but that's an incorrect expectation because the slot element counts as this being slotted. So this interior shadow root, this slot element will actually be slotted. What we can do, if we run serve and we run mac run, and we go back to the scoping folder, as slotted, flattened. So this one's fine. This one was failing, and the reason it's failing, yeah. So this is the interior shadow host, and this has a slot. It's just the slot element. And so I think there was a mistake in the test because if we look at assigned nodes .length, we can see it's a length of 1. So this style is wrong. This should be this is not the correct negative test. The correct negative test for this would be this, which I guess we need to also do here. So has slotted, flattened 002. Yeah. Right. And so this is the correct negative test. So the slot needs to be removed from there, but I think that's we can do that. So we should probably also do that for Chrome. Maybe it's worth making a PR in WPT, but I don't know who will get round to fixing it or merging it. So I think it's easier. Like I think a lot of the devs end up in their respective source control. I don't think many people really look at the GitHub web platform tests PRs, which is a bit unfortunate. But yeah, I think we need to change. I think we need to change the test. So I think I'm going to do the same in Chrome. So has slotted, flattened 002. which is this one. We need to just get rid of that. Did I delete that much? I didn't mean to delete all of that. Wait, did I? No, it's just the diff is weird. Oh, it's also removed the new line is the thing. Whatever. Oops. So this is just going to fix the flattened test, which will probably break the tests in the Chromium CL, so we'll have to update that, but whatever. Updates, flattened, fix, flattened test. The same is true here. We want to commit interactive. Yeah, we'll do amend. Whoops. Amend. Cool. So WebKit, what's happening? Should we try and run build again? Tools, scripts, build WebKit, GTK. Do you have a particular love for has slotted or just implementing it? I am just implementing it. I just figured, why not? If someone else, it's like one of those small features that's easy enough to do, and I also think it could easily be months, if not years, before like the browser engineering teams get to it, because it's like small and I guess fairly low priority. And my job is to, well, my self-proclaimed job is to support the web components community group as much as I can. And so if that means implementing has slotted in all three browsers, I'm happy to do that. Sadly, WebKit is fighting with me on this. And I have no idea what to do. Like, read the README some more, I guess. I guess I could try without GTK, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to work, right? That's only for macOS. I guess we can try this GTK, install dependencies again. Ugh. This is totally pointless. Did this actually, is this, I can't see libspiel or thunder. Yeah. Canada Hunk says, yeah, it was the same. I was the same with media, scripting, and import supports. Interesting. Tell me more about those features. Media scripting, like as in media queries inside scripts. Build. If I do it without, it's definitely not going to work, right? Yeah, because it needs Xcode. Oh, media scripting is no script but CSS. Oh, cool. Yeah, I can imagine that would be a pretty straightforward feature, but like one that no one really has the time to get around to, right? Could not load cache. What does this even mean? Just plain. WebKit. I literally don't know what that means. I guess I'll just run debug. I have to say, Mozilla is really nice to work on. Mac build pretty much just does everything for you. I don't think I've ever had to, like, you can run Mac Bootstrap to set up your initial environment, but like, I don't think I've ever really had to futz with it. It just kind of works. And it's a really quick build time. Like, I don't know. I don't think I've ever had to wait more than, say, 40 minutes for Firefox to build. WebKit, on the other hand, can be a real tricky one. Dropping stuff everywhere. WebKit can be really tricky. And just when you think you've got it working, and just when you think you're in the groove of it, it likes to do stuff like this. And Chrome is Chrome, right? Chrome is like, every time you pull, you're going to wait another 9 hours to rebuild. But I mean, to be fair, even though it's like a absolute eternity per rebuild, Chrome is pretty flawless when it does build. Okay, I think we're going to have to give up on WebKit today. I think I'm going to be staring at this for a little bit longer. But I think we made good progress. And like we've got a reasonable patch, I would say, for Firefox. I'm sure there'll be some good review notes, but I feel pretty good about it. I feel pretty confident. And I think this patch for 9 hours, yeah, 9 hours. It takes 9 hours for me to build Chrome from a full rebase. For the full version, you can build just the content shell, which is about 4 hours, and that's just enough to get tests running. But yeah, it takes about 9 hours on some of my machines to run a full build of Chrome. It's on this particular machine that I'm in front of. If I'm not streaming or not doing any other intensive work, it takes probably closer to 6 hours. But yeah, it takes a very long time, and I have been pleading to the gods of Chrome to bestow me with the access of their shared build cache, and it might be happening very soon. In fact, I might just check my emails now and see if they've sorted it out for me. But yeah, apparently with the shared build cache, it takes a lot less time, like 20 minutes. But you need privileged access for it, because the shared build cache is basically downloading a bunch of binaries. Longest fresh Firefox build you've ever had was still under 2 hours. Yeah, Firefox is really good. It's a really nice build system. Like, it's one command, pretty much does everything for you. Like, if the dependencies are outdated, it'll automatically figure it out. Longest WebKit was 45 minutes. Yeah, that probably tracks. Yeah, I've had some pretty long WebKit builds, but on my work Mac with, like, I don't know, Windows Defender and all this stuff on it, it can get pretty slow because it's writing lots of files that it then needs to, like, stop and virus scan. But yeah, on a good machine you can get pretty fast builds. But Chrome, oh boy, Chrome is Chrome's a big boy. Chrome is a unit. it does take a while to compile. But yes, we've got the Chromium and the Firefox patch. I'm gonna work on the WebKit patch on my Mac, which I won't be streaming because I cannot be bothered to set up streaming on my Mac. So you'll just have to trust it goes as easily as this. But yeah, we got the bulk of this done in 30 minutes, and we're now at an hour and 10 minutes. So I've basically been chatting nonsense for the last 40 minutes because all of the work was actually done in the first half hour. So thank you very much for everyone that joined in the last half hour to watch me do nothing. But yeah. Tomorrow is a day of interviews, so I won't be doing any streaming as much as I would like to. But on Thursday, we're going to go around the merry-go-round again, and we're going to try for local link, which is a new pseudo class that will allow you to tell whether or not the link is going to the same page. Local link. So I'll be working on that in Chrome and Firefox on Thursday. So I'll be live streaming that as well. Thank you very much for your time, if you've been watching. And if you want to come watch some more hacking on Thursday, then that would be awesome. Bye-bye for now.